going to be a lot of fintech discussion for this week. It's called Financial Technology. We continue the conversations we started on Monday. We're going to continue all through till next week. So let's bring in Adetunji Elesho, who is the managing partner at CC Hub Growth Africa, to wrap up the program for about 5 minutes with us today. It's good to have you.
Good to be here.
This is about innovation. And on your side of the entire new thinking that we have in Nigeria, and you guys are coming together to form something that banks, technology companies, whatever, even the government need to be part of it. Speak to us on the innovation side of it.
So the innovation in terms of fintech, has to do with how to make financial services better. Traditionally, fintech was always about the back office of banks. But in recent times, we've seen how innovators are coming and bringing technology into the space of financial services to make it more efficient, to make it cheaper to transact services, and to make this financial services available to a larger audience. As we know, in the world, there's still millions of people who don't have access to financial services. So you find the innovation that is, in many ways, changing the way the conversation goes between financial services players and the market and consumers.
So where do you see this? Are you bringing innovation on the side of capital? Or you bringing innovation in terms of brick and mortar technology?
So a lot of the innovation is across board. In capital, how people access capital and are able to then deploy that capital in creating services. We're also seeing a lot of innovation in terms of brick and mortar. 20 years ago, our branches were standard with tellers, and you had to walk in. But now we're having, branchless banking. We're having banking where it's full of just ATMs. We're having banks and banking channels that you can deposit money. So we're seeing that right across. You're seeing innovations in even the way money is transferred and moved from one place to another, how people are able to pay for goods and services. These are things that we always struggled with, 10, 15, 20 years ago. But we're seeing a lot more as the world is coming together as a global village, as we say. We're seeing that breaking down of borders. And because we know payment permeates every single thing we do, whether it's food, whether it's housing, whether it's clothes and things, then it's important to have those innovations happen to improve transactions.
For those of us who are a little bit old school and a little bit wary of technology, I don't want to lose my money. So security. So for you fintech professionals, my key concern as an individual will be about safety of my password, my PIN word, whatever, or PIN number, and all those things that the security of the network I'm using, for example, to make transfers or to do whatever.
Yes. I mean, security.
Would that be very important, more important conversation?
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. What we need to see, in our own environments, the application of world standard security protocols to ensure that whilst those transactions are happening or those payments are happening, it's very secure. Of course, we know that nothing is 100% secure, but in as much as there are protocols and there are lots of innovations happening in that space, what we need to do locally is to ensure that we are applying those security protocols to ensure that there's a lot of confidence. Of course, this is again where regulation comes in. Where regulation is at par or in line with global best practices, then as a consumer, as an end user, an individual, then I'm more at home or attuned to trying out these new technologies because I know that this is what applies globally. But we've left the age where we can sit here and think that we're not connected. We are connected. So the important thing is to ensure that security protocols are adopted globally and innovations continue in that space to ensure that things get a lot more secure. Encryption, SSL security, certificates. As long as those are in play, then that gives you the confidence with a lot of education on the consumer side.
And that's sure to be comforting to me because folks says, well, I didn't make a transaction, but I just found out on my bank account that some money just disappeared. And then the bank says, come today, come tomorrow. 1 day, 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 30 days, a month, and they're still trying to resolve it and say, well, what actually happened? I'm sure these are some of the issues I want you professionals to give me some comforting solutions to in the days and weeks ahead. Thank you very much for being part of the program.
Thank you.
One of the fintech professionals, one of the young and innovative guys here. I'm also trying to be one of them. I'll come back tomorrow and see if we can put something very nice and professional together and very interesting and innovative as well. We have 24 hours. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll leave you in the hands of our news team.